Hey folks, and welcome into Shop Social TV. I'm your host Lou Caputo, and I'm going to be here with you for the next 2 hours. We're here till 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're new to us, or if we're new to you, we're a TV shopping channel, a little bit different the way we do things here. We do have 3 ways to order. You can use our phone number, which you'll see in a few minutes. You're going to be able to use a QR code, or you can use our website and go there and purchase everything that you're going to see here this evening. By the way, the reason we call it Shop Social TV is that we're also on Facebook at the same time. So we're simulcasting on Facebook. We have a live chat over there, and we encourage people to go in there and ask me questions, to ask questions of each other, or just to have conversations and just have a good time. Okay, so let's get into our first item of the night. And this was crazy popular last week, but we decided to do something that a lot of people are going to say is a little bit crazy, and that is we cut the price on it, because that's what we do. So this item are the Polaroid sunglasses, and when you see the price on these, well, you can see it right there. $19.95 for a single pair of glasses, or it's $34.95 if you want to get 2 glasses in a pair, or a 2-pack, we should say. It's weird. Sunglasses, we call them a pair, even though you're only getting one. Not sure why, but it's a thing, okay? So you can get in there, you can get in on these for, again, $19.95 for a single or $34.95 for a double. Now, you have a choice to make, okay? We make these in both a tortoiseshell and a black. Now, if you get the singles, you get a choice of the tortoiseshell or the black, or if you get that 2-pack, then you get to choose either you're going to buy 2 black or you're going to get 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell. And look at that. Kathy is already in the chat this evening. Good evening, Kathy. It's great to see you here. Thanks for joining us tonight here on Shop Social TV. So this pair of sunglasses, though, that you're going to be buying right now, these things are pretty amazing, because not only do you get the sunglasses, you get a hard case with these as well, and you're also going to get a cleaning cloth with each pair you buy. So if you do buy that 2-pack, P.S., you're saving yourself $5 when you buy that 2-pack. By the way, all the shipping here on Shop Social TV is free. So you're going to get everything you see this evening shipped to you for absolutely free, which is absolutely wonderful these days if you think about how much shipping costs. Now, couple cool things about these sunglasses, okay? Because you're like, well, $19.95 for a pair of sunglasses. Guys, the price for these does not reflect all the features that these come with. So number one, these are polarized glasses, which means that these are going to block out what we call not just glare, but debilitating glare. It's that glare that's so bad you can't see anything. It's going to absolutely get rid of that. The other thing that these do is they also block out 99% of the UVA and UVB light. Now, what's that mean? Well, UV stands for ultraviolet. So it's ultraviolet A and ultraviolet B light. That's the stuff that actually destroys things like the steering wheel, the dashboard, the seats in your car, but it also does that to your face, to your eyes. I mean, it's very, very dangerous stuff. These, and it's actually radiation, these will block that out. And by the way, the chat is just kicking off right now. I saw Anita was in there, Kathy's still in there, Dawn's with us now. We've got so many people joining us here at Shop Social TV and checking out all the cool stuff that we have. Now, you're going to notice right away, these are good looking glasses. That tortoiseshell in particular, I really, really dig that. Look at the look on that. That is just absolutely beautiful. They're a slight wraparound, not too extreme. And the reason for that is you still want to have your peripheral vision, okay? That's a big deal, but you still want to block out that light, and that's what these Polaroid HD glasses will do for you. Now, why do we call them HD? Because when you get a pair of glasses like these, that block out the polarized light, what they're actually going to be doing for you, you're going to notice that things like colors are going to look better. You're going to see more clarity. You're going to see better contrast when you put these on. Take a look at that. Like, that's a debilitating glare. Now, if you just use dark sunglasses, it basically blocks everything out. But when you put on polarized glasses, it lets all the light through except the polarized light. So colors are going to be brighter. You can see the saturation in the blues and the greens. Everything just looks more vibrant and it looks more alive. But I want you to think about that for things like driving. When you're heading down the road, you want to be able to have all that beautiful light coming through there and see all those colors. And yes, Dawn, I am wearing plaid tonight. Everybody loves it when I wear my plaid shirts. I love that. Now, notice as well as you're watching this here, not only how great these look on the people, but how they're able to see everything so much better. Look at the clarity that you get from these. That's amazing. Now, what is glare? People always ask that. Like, what is glare? So glare occurs whenever a light reflects at your eyes at an angle of 57 degrees, and that's called Brewster's angle, okay? And basically what that means is that it's just hitting the surface just at the perfect angle to blind you, to basically get up in your eyes and make it super, super hard to see, okay? And being polarized as they are, I'm going to show you something really cool about these, okay? First of all, I'm going to put them on just so you can see what they look like on me. Now, here's the other neat thing about these, okay? I have a very big head. I refer to it as the buffalo head. I wear a 7 5/8 inch hat, which is a really, really big hat, okay? But these are very comfortable on me because one of the things that drives me crazy about sunglasses, especially cheap sunglasses, and I would categorize 1995 as being inexpensive for sure, okay? One of the things that drives me crazy about these, not these, but like sunglasses like these, is they pinch back here on my head. It actually gives me a headache. These fit me very well to the point where they're not going to come off. I can't shake these off, okay? Now, my wife Kelly has a much smaller head, and these fit her as well too. So the sides on this, the arms on this actually flex to accommodate your head no matter what size. Here's the other cool thing about these, and I'm going to show you. Actually, it'll look better with the tortoise shell. It's actually easier to see. When they invented these sunglasses, they created the Polaroid glasses. One thing that they came up with, I think is genius, is they put magnets in the arms on these, okay? So I'm going to show you real up close and personal the magnets that are in these. See the magnets? There's a magnet on the inside back here, okay? And there's also one up here on the front. So that when I fold these in half like this, watch this, as it gets close, see how it snaps shut? And then to open it, there's a little resistance there, but when I push it back down again, it just grabs it like that. Now, why is that a big deal? No, it's a big deal for this. If I want, I can put this up my sleeve like this, close that. When I feel those two magnets grab, that's going to be there. That's not going to go anywhere. So if I'm out doing sports, if I'm playing golf, if I'm, on a boat, if I'm fishing, if I'm doing anything like that, these glasses are going to stay on my shirt. They're not going to come off. They're not going to fall. And that's a big thing for me because I can't tell you how many times I have broken a pair of glasses because I couldn't figure out where to put them. Or I did this thing where you stick it in your pocket like this, and then you bend over, and next thing you know, your glasses are on the ground. Remember, this has the magnets in it. So as soon as I hear that click of those, I know that I could be out here dancing. It's not going to go anywhere, okay? So that's kind of a big thing with these. It's got that built-in magnet there. Now, the other thing I want to show you is the polarization. So, and Kelly, my wife, who's also my director, knows exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the monitor back here, and I'm going to show you something. So I'm going to go right over the word social. Now, you can see through the glasses just fine, okay? And that's a good thing, okay? But watch what happens when I change the orientation of the glasses. Everything disappeared. I'll do that again. There you see all the light going through there. And then if I go like this, everything disappears. Why is that happening? Because the light at that particular orientation is polarized light. So it's actually blocking out the polarized light, making it easier for you to see everything else that's important, okay? That's exactly what was going on right there. And look at these poor people out there. Now that's definitely what we call debilitating light, where it's just so bright that you can't see traffic lights, you can't see cars, you can't see colors, you can't see anything, okay? But watch this. That's just a regular pair of glasses. Notice all it did was just make things darker. But look at the way when you wear the polarized glasses, how it enhances everything. It makes everything look brighter. It makes everything look absolutely amazing. By the way, Dawn is asking how Kelly is tonight. Kelly's doing fantastic tonight, Dawn. She's in her element in there working. And you could see. Now, here's the 4 C's. It cuts the glare, gives you more clarity, better color, more contrast. This is what explaining Brewster's angle in this animation right here. See the way that the sun just hit that hood at just the right angle? And I'm sure you've had this happen to you from like the rear view window on a car or something like that, where that light hits you. And again, dark sunglasses don't cut it. You need polarized. But also, you could go out and buy a pair of polarized glasses, and I've done it before. I've gone to like a big box store at a gas station. Maybe I broke my glasses. Usually it's a bait shop where I'm like buying bait to go out on the boat, and I'm like, I need a pair of cheap sunglasses. But usually they're not polarized, and if they are, they don't have the UVA, UVB blocking as well. And you need that because the things that UVA and UV light can do and actually damage your eyes. Okay, now these are not medical devices. I'm not claiming that. But what I am claiming is that they are going to block out that ultraviolet light from harming your eyes and the skin around your eyes. You know, like people say that you get laugh lines? Nothing funny about those, okay? This is going to help diminish, not get rid of them or any of that, but if you don't have them, it's going to prevent them from getting worse, or it might even help you not get them, simply because it's going to block out that radiation from hitting the sides of your face. Now, let's go back to the offer and just tell everybody one more time what you're getting here. So when you buy these right now, you're going to get a choice. It's only $19.95 with free shipping for a single pair of these. And all you have to do to get them is call our number, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. I know for a fact that one of our operators is named Mike, and he's sitting back there anxiously waiting for everybody to call right now. The other option is you can go to our website, shopsstv.com. You can see all the products that we have to offer, or use the QR code on the screen. That's actually the fastest way. So if the operators are all busy, you can go to that QR code. It'll take you to the exact web page for this particular product. And then all you've got to do is decide if you're buying a single pair, you know, for $19.95, do you want black or do you want tortoiseshell? Or if you're thinking, you know what, I'd like to buy a 2-pack. If you want a 2-pack, you can either get 2 of the black or you can get 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell. It's that easy. Those are the simple choices that come with these. Now, remember, if you get the single pack, you're going to get 1 hard case and 1 cleaning cloth. If you get the 2-pack, you get 2 hard cases and 2 cleaning cloths. I mean, this is just an amazing deal. And it's free shipping here all the time at Shop Social TV. So it just makes it easy to place your order and get the products right away. And I'm going to tell you something. So I've personally been buying some stuff from our store because we got some pretty cool stuff in there. And I've been getting my orders on average in 5 to 6 days. And I think that's, I mean, I'm not even talking about it ships in 5 to 6 days. I mean, like at my door in 5 to 6 days, which is pretty amazing. Also, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if for any reason you don't like what you bought from us, just send us an email. It's all on the website, and we will give you, we'll tell you how to get that back to us. But again, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, not a credit, a money-back guarantee. We also take all major credit cards. So very, very simple to make a purchase from us here at Shop Social TV. But again, this is an amazing deal, folks. And this is that time of year where you gotta have sunglasses, okay? You gotta have sunglasses. Oh, Dawn just said she wishes that she didn't have to wear prescription sunglasses. You know, this is one of those weird things. Let me just see something here real quick. I'm kind of curious myself. Now, I'm not gonna go over the prescription glasses because that's what I got on right now. That's not gonna work. But if you don't wear them or if you're wearing contacts, these are amazing. And by the way, our friend Kathy just said, free shipping is awesome. She's not wrong, okay? And you know, usually to get free shipping, you gotta join some kind of a membership, or you've gotta spend over a certain amount. I don't care if you just buy the $19.95. I'd prefer you buy the 2-pack for $34.95. But you know what? If you buy the single for $19.95, that's okay. You're still going to get free shipping here at Shop Social TV. So give us a try today. 30-back money back guarantee. You got nothing to lose, and you're getting an awesome pair of sunglasses. These, not only do these look stylish when you're wearing them, they actually are some of the better sunglasses that I've ever tried. Like very, very clear vision coming out of these. I kind of dig the tortoiseshell too. I'm getting into that. I think these are kind of cool. But again, I could see, it's funny because I can even see just wearing these here, the whole thing about the polarization. Everything in here does look clear because I got a lot of bright lights on me here, a lot of glare hitting me. And then, of course, we've also got the UVA and the UVB protection on these as well. Kelly, do you want to do the thing on the screen one more time, or are we moving on? Okay, let's do the screen one more time. I want to show everybody this one more time. So if you're just joining us, let me demonstrate to you exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about polarization, okay? So right here, you could see through these glasses, okay? Very, very easy to see through those glasses, okay? But watch what happens when I turn this sideways like that. Now you can't see anything, okay? And that's because what I've done is I've changed the polarization of the glasses just by turning this sideways like that. That's what's so cool about these, is it is going to block out that light very, very easily. Look at that. And again, you could see how great these look when I'm wearing them on right here. Now, remember, you're getting the 2-pack with 2 hard cases and 2 cleaning cloths, okay? Make your choice on that one. If you like the black, get the 2 black. If you like one of each, then you can do that. You can get 1 black and you can get 1 of the tortoiseshell as well. Or you can buy a single and make that choice as well. Just get 1 of the black and get 1 of the tortoiseshell. And yes, Anita, our friend on the Facebook chat, just mentioned that these are a must-to-have for fishing, and they absolutely are. If you've ever gone on a boat and you've noticed the glare, and people are like, oh, look at the fish, and you can't see them, there's a reason for that, and that's because the glare is making it so that you can't see anything, okay? These are going to allow you to actually see beneath the surface of the water, okay? All right, so that's our sunglasses, and again, I'm just going to just give you the highlights one more time. These are ultraviolet glasses right here. They will block out the UVA and the UVB. They'll block out, they're polarized, so they're going to block out all the polarized light, get rid of all that glare for you. Colors look better, more contrast when you use these, and you feel like you're watching HD TV, basically. You got a choice. You can buy the single pack for $19.95, decide whether you want the black or the tortoiseshell, or get a 2-pack, and you can either choose 2 black or 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell. Regardless of which ones you buy, though, you are going to get the 2 hard cases, the 2 cleaning cloths. Call right now, 1-888-247-8712. All right, we are going to be moving on right now. By the way, coming up in our 9 o'clock show, we are going to have a dash cam for everybody out there. And I am personally a big, big fan of dash cams. I think that that's a must-have for everybody out there. And I hate to say why I think it's, actually I don't hate to say it, I'll just tell you straight up. The reason that I think that dash cams are a must-have is that there's so many people out there trying to scam everybody. And I feel like dash cams are the best way. It's helped me out a couple times, and I've helped out a couple people out there who've gotten into accidents in front of me, and I've actually given the police some of that dash cam footage so they could see all that and know exactly what's going on. And Kathy loves to go fishing. I love to hear that. And so does Anita, and that's pretty awesome too. You know, if you live here in Florida, man, you could go fishing every single day. But let's move on to our next item, and this is an item that I personally curated. I found this, and I was like head over heels when I saw this. Now, if you don't know what this is a power bank that's sitting here right in front of me, okay? And it's not just any power bank. And oftentimes, you'll see on TV especially, they'll sell you a power bank, and they'll go, oh, it's 5,000 milliamp hours, it's 10,000 milliamp hours. This one is 26,800 milliamp hours of power. 26,800 milliamp hours of power, which is insane, okay? That is a ton of energy for a battery bank like this to hold. And especially like this, I'm going to tell you right now, this is substantial. There are much smaller units on the market you could buy, but they are not going to work like this guy right here. For instance, look at the size of the solar panel on this. That's right, this is fully rechargeable by solar. You could plug this into any USB charger and it will charge this. But in a pinch, let's say you're in a hurricane, a blackout, or you're camping or boating or something like that, you can absolutely set this out there and let that sunlight hit this and fully recharge the unit. This thing is ruggedized, and what I mean by that is it's waterproof, it's shockproof, it's dustproof. You can see how it's rubberized all the way around. Uh-oh, and what's this on the back right here? That, my friends, is a Qi charger. Now, what's a Qi charger? It's one of those chargers where basically you just lie your phone on top of that and it starts charging instantly. Okay, and I'll show you that in just a moment as well. Some other features on this. Well, for one thing, let me find the button on here. There it is. Okay, watch this. If I press that button and hold it, it has crazy bright lights built into this. 2 of them, bright LED lights on here. So you got a built-in flashlight. It also flashes. So if you got into a situation on the side of the road, you needed to like warn people or attract, help, you could do that with this. And it's actually tapping out SOS is what it's doing right there. You'll see 3 slow, and then you'll see 3 fast flashes like that. That's SOS, okay? Or it has a strobe feature like that. I'm not going to do that too much because I know there's people at home that are sensitive to that. But that's really great if you want to, ward off an animal, or maybe there's, somebody who's bothering you and you just want them to go away. The strobe feature is actually kind of cool for that as well. Now, on the back of this, I'm going to open up this waterproof door back here. You're going to notice there's ports on the back of this. There are 2 USB-A ports, which are those big ones, and then in the middle there's a USB-C port. The USB-C port is a 2-way port. You use it to charge this if you're doing it off a USB and not off the solar panel, but you can also use that to charge things. So it could take power in and it could do power out, whereas the other 2 are just strictly power out. That's what those are right there. This has an intelligent chip inside of it, which I think is kind of neat. The intelligent chip that's inside of this makes sure that it's not going to overcharge your electronics. It's not going to over discharge, meaning it's not going to run down too low. It's not going to put out excessive current. It's always going to be a measured current. There's not going to be short circuits. If there is, it's going to stop, and it's not going to overheat. So it has all these intelligent features built into the chip in this. And the chargers on this, I should mention, and I don't know, a lot of folks don't, how much everybody knows about electronics and charging, but when it comes to USB ports, there's different types. There's like USB 1, 2, 3. These are USB 3 ports, which means they're fast charging. So you're going to be able to charge your devices very, very quickly. So let me turn my phone on, because I actually turned it off a minute ago, because somebody was trying to call me. Which one of you was trying to call me? Somebody was trying to call me. Now look at the price on this, by the way. It's $59.99. Now you might look at that and go like, well, I've gotten chargers for less. Let me tell you something. 26,800 milliamp hours. My phone has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in it, okay? It'll charge my phone 5 times over. So think about that. If I'm going away for the weekend and I'm camping or whatever, and the battery on my phone dies, with a regular charger, I might charge it once, maybe, if I'm lucky. This is going to charge my phone over and over and over again. And I'm going to show you right now how cool this thing is. And one of the things I love about this, and yes, Dawn in the chat is saying how power banks have come a long way. I got to tell you something. The difference between the power banks now and the way they were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, it's crazy the advancements that they've made here. So if I turn this back on, and all I've got to do is just tap the button right there. And by the way, on the side right here, there are little blue LEDs, and it shows you the level of charge that you have. So if they're all lit up, you're at 100%, which is where I am right now. But watch this. There's also a little red LED right here that you're going to be able to see when this is on, so you'll know. Now, if I take my phone, and I do have a phone that can charge wirelessly, and I set it on top of there, I want you to see. Look what just happened there. It's telling me my phone's at 43%, but it's charging wirelessly right now, which I think is just so cool. So you don't even have to worry about having a cord to plug in stuff. But here's the other neat thing about this. You can charge 3 different things at one time. So here we've got an iPad, right? I'm going to plug in the iPad to this, just like that. So now the iPad's charging. Boom. iPad just came on. iPad's charging. Watch this. Now I'm going to take this fan. Believe it or not, this is a cordless fan that is also rechargeable. So you could take this and use this. Maybe we'll sell these one day here too. Plug that in right there. Now the fan is charging, and I can see, yep, you can see the little LEDs on this are lighting up on the side here. So now I've got a full-size iPad, well, an iPad mini that's charging. We've got this cordless fan here. These are, by the way, these fans are awesome for taking to the beach, baseball game. I mean, just all kinds of places like that. It's amazing. Now I'm going to go for the trifecta. And guess what, guys? Here we go. Just like that, I got my phone on here again. And now my phone's charging. So now we've got 1 item charging, 2 items charging, 3 items charging simultaneously. Now, here's the thing. Ordinarily, if I were doing all this, I might be worried. I might be sitting here going like, okay, this has got, like, I've got maybe 30 minutes on this and that's it. I'm not going to be able to go. Because this battery is so big, because it's 26,800 milliamp hours, that is insane that I can do all 3 of these. But not just that I can do them once. I will almost guarantee you that if I needed to, if I was going away for a weekend, I could probably charge all of these multiple times. I know for a fact my cell phone, 5 times if I don't charge anything else. So let's say that if I charge these things with it, maybe I've got 2, 2, 2, you know. Well, this one here doesn't take much power, so I'm not even going to worry about that guy. But these 2 take more power. Certainly my phone does. But again, you've got the power. And that's the beauty of this, is that you're not worrying about it. You know, because that's the thing. Sometimes you worry. Oh, and our friend Judy's in the chat too. Folks, if you're not on Facebook right now, just go in there and search for Shop Social TV, and you can join us in the live chat. And I have it right in front of me here. I can talk to everybody. People can ask me questions. They can make comments about the products they're seeing here tonight. It's awesome. But again, this is only $59.99. Oh, P.S., did I mention it was free shipping? Everything's free shipping here at Shop Social TV. So you're going to be able to get in there and you're going to be able to get everything that you want tonight with free shipping. I don't care how many things you buy. Free shipping. $59.99 on this one here. You know, that's like, you know, a couple bucks per milliamp hour. That's nothing, okay? You're getting 26 1,800 milliamp hours on this guy. And again, you've got the built-in flashlight, you've got the solar charger built into this as well. You've got the smart chip technology, so it's going to watch everything and make sure nothing bad happens to this. And you can plug things into it. You can charge wirelessly. In fact, I've got a third plug on here. I probably could plug something else in there, but I really like using the wireless on my phone. Let me take that off again, and I'm going to show you something. Watch this. I'm going to place it back down again, and you're going to see as soon as it goes on there, that lightning bolt happens, and then you see the numbers come up on the screen like that. See it? Look how cool that is. So we can see that that's charging off of here. Now, let me unplug everything and take everything off of here so I can kind of start from the top and show you everything all over again. And again, free shipping on here. Just call the phone number on your screen, 888-247-8712. The lovely and talented Mike is sitting by waiting for your calls right now. Not only that, but you can use the website. A lot of people do that. They just go right to the website and they look at everything that we have. Or if you use the QR code that's in the lower right hand of your TV screen, and the way you use that, simplicity itself. Take your cell phone out, open the camera, point it at the TV. Okay, it's going to open up a web address. Just tap on that. It's going to take you to the very web page for this specific item. But let's go over the features one more time. By the way, did I mention this actually comes with a cord as well? So we're giving you a cord. Look at that. So you're getting a cord that's on one side USB-C, on the other side USB-A. Remember, this is a USB 3.0 on here. Okay, so you're getting the latest, greatest technology in USBs. So there's the power button on the side there. Now, if I press and hold that power button for 1 second like this, you're going to see, look at how bright those lights, it's blinding the camera. I'm sorry, Kelly. Kelly's directing tonight. I'm blinding her. Okay, I can hit this one right here. And if I hit that button, now what you're getting is this tapping out SOS. So if you're in trouble, if you're out in the woods or you're out stuck on the boat or something like that, people will know what that is. It's tapping out SOS. And then if you're really in trouble, you got the strobe feature on there as well. It makes the cameras go crazy every time I do that. But, you know, you need to see it, all right? On the back of this, that's where your Qi charger is. You just lay anything that will charge wirelessly. That includes earbuds. That includes phones. Anything you got that you can charge wirelessly, you can put it on there. Notice the sides of this have got rubber all down the sides. I mean, this thing is a brick. It is, and I mean literally, like you could pound nails with this thing. It is that strong. It's incredible. It is waterproof. It is dust proof. So you don't need to worry about taking this on all your adventures. If I open up the gasket door on the side here, you could see all the ports on the side there. Two USB-A 3.0. Then you've got the USB-C inside of that as well. I'm going to tell you something. I have a lot of battery chargers because Kelly and I, when we travel, we're on the plane, you know, when we're going through airports and stuff like that. The one thing I hate to do is fight with people to get someplace to plug in. And you don't have to do that when you've got a charger like this. I mean, if I turn this back on, and just to turn on the power aspect, all you do is just hit that button one time. Hey, Kathleen. Kathleen just joined us in the chat, and Judy's here too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but Judy's here. If I put that on there now, you're going to see, watch this. As soon as I put that on there, boom, there's that lightning bolt again, and you can see it's giving me the percentage that it's charging it. Just like that. And then I can go back here and I'm going to flip this around again, and I'm going to plug my other devices in. You just have to open up that gasket door right there. Here comes, I don't know which one this is. This is the fan. So we're going to plug in the fan just like this. And then I'm going to plug in the iPad as well. So now I've got 3 different devices charging simultaneously on here. And again, 26,800 milliamp hours of power on this thing. This is, by the way, a great gift idea. If you've got that person in your family that is the gadget guru, that person who they got everything. They got their, you know, their gaming devices that they take with them, like the kids love to, you know, and I'm talking about the little kids, right? Yeah. My friend Lee's over here to the side, and he's giving me the thumbs up because he's got 3 little ones, and they love those gaming devices. They absolutely do. But it's great for those. It's great for your tablets. I don't care if it's Android or you know, Apple. It doesn't matter at all. By the way, coming up in just a little bit, we've got this set of lanterns coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that because those are pretty cool. And we sold a bunch of those last week because they're just such a great deal and they look absolutely stunning when you see them. My gosh, the chat is going off the chain right now. Everybody's saying hi to everybody there. Hi guys, welcome into the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate everybody coming here and supporting us here on Shop Social TV. Easy for me to say, Shop Social TV. Say it 3 times fast. But the great thing about us is that you're going to see new products all the time. Some of the old products that people, by demand, they just have to see them. And then you get cool stuff like this. And this one here, I'm telling you, when I said at the beginning of the presentation that I personally cultivated this. I really did. I went out because I was like, I said to Kelly, I want a battery charger on there. I'm going to find one. And I found this one. And I'm going to tell you something. I was thrilled. When I opened the box for this, I was like, my gosh, this thing is just a beast. And, you know, I'm one of those people, I believe in the whole thing about go big or go home, okay? And in this case, I was all about the go big. And I wanted something that was going to give me, I don't have like worrying about, you know, that's why I don't think I'll ever drive an electric car, is because I would just be worrying all the time that I didn't have enough power. I know with this, I'm going to have enough power for that long weekend that I can take it camping, take it on the boat, take it to the beach. You know, if I'm going away and staying in a hotel or I'm maybe in a cruise. Have you ever noticed on cruise ships, they don't have enough outlets in the rooms? I bet you everybody knows that in the cabins. They absolutely do not. I always bring a charger with me like this so that I can, you know, when I'm out of the room, I can recharge this. And then when I'm in there, 3 devices at one time. Kelly's cell phone, my cell phone, and I can do a tablet if I want to. I mean, so many cool things with this. I'm sorry, Kel, what'd you say? Oh, okay. All right, we're getting ready to wrap this one up. All right, folks, so if you're interested in this guy, jump on the phone right now. Talk to Mike, 888-247-8712. That's 888-247-8712 is a toll-free phone number, so it's not even going to cost you anything to call us on the phone. Go to our website, shopsstv.com. You can look at everything that we have to offer there. There's many, many, many pages of stuff there, or use that QR code. Speaking of which, here's a quick video to show you exactly how to order with a QR code. Here's Shopping with Friends. We offer 3 easy ways to buy today's featured deals and much more. You can either call the phone number on your screen, visit our website at shopsstv.com, or open the camera on your cell phone, point it at the QR code on the screen, and open the link that pops up. You'll be taken to shopsstv.com, where you'll find today's deals plus other exciting products. While you're visiting shopsstv.com, be sure to explore the whole website to see everything we have to offer. We're always adding new hand-picked items. Subscribe to our email newsletter so you never miss a show. Call, browse, or click the QR code and start shopping with friends today. I love that Dawn was just agreeing with me that there's never enough outlets on a cruise ship in the cabin. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. So again, if you want that charger, that's still available on our website. And again, free shipping on everything. But I want to talk to you now about something we had here last Thursday that we got such a big response to this table last Thursday that it just warmed my heart. And the funny thing is that people sent me messages afterward and they were like, can you do that presentation again? Because they were thinking about buying it. So I'm more than happy to do that for you. This, guys, is the Hopple collapsible 3-tiered rolling cart, okay? So it's on wheels, as you can see right here. This is going to roll around. This is built like a tank. I'm going to tell you right off the top. The bottom of this is all powder-coated steel. So this entire frame down here is all powder-coated steel, okay? So that means that this is going to last and last and last. And yes, Kathy, I wish I was on a cruise as well right now, absolutely. But so this is, you can hear the quality in that. So what powder coating does for you is it's going to resist chipping, it's going to resist scratching, and it's also going to resist corrosion, okay? The top of this is oak. So this is solid oak all the way around on this top. And you can even see where it's dovetailed together. Like they did an amazing job of joining the wood on this. But it's oak that's been stained walnut. And this comes with it. But here's what's really cool about this. And this is where the people at Hopple, I think, just went above and beyond. Okay? The fact that this top comes off. And I can flip this over. And you can see the quality of that wood inside. And use this as a serving tray. Okay? I could carry this around. It'll sit on top of this like this if I wanted to. I mean, there's a lot of the different ways that you could use this if you wanted to. But here's the cool thing. Let's say that maybe like if you're like us, like Kelly and I have a sectional in our house where our dogs are probably sitting right now watching us on TV. Our dogs, Madge and Lucy. So we have a big ottoman in the middle of it. It's one of those ottoman that where you could put your feet on it and it's big, you know, or you could use it as a table. So we would take this and just set it down on top of that and use this as that tray. So you could put, you know, a centerpiece on there, or you could, you know, use it for drinks or, you know, whatever, okay? But here's the cool thing about this. I'm going to take this away real quick, all right? I want to show you something about this table, which I think is so unique. Now, years ago, I sold something like this. It had a butcher block top, and the top just flipped over so you could fold it. This is not the case here, okay? Because this one has 3 shelves, and they're wire shelves, okay? 1, 2, 3 shelves on here. Most of them, if you take the top off, there's no shelf up here, so it's useless. Really, in my mind, the whole thing is useless if it doesn't have that top shelf. They've added a top shelf on this. Each shelf will hold 75 pounds. So you're talking about a 225-pound weight capacity on here, which is just amazing that it will hold that much weight. But watch this. I can just flip this top over, and there's a little latch on the back of this. I'm going to undo that and give this a kick. Now that whole thing folds down. Now, here's something interesting about this. And by the way, this is $159 right now, $159.99 if you buy this from us here at Shop Social TV. You will be able to get this with free shipping as well, okay? And this is a big piece. So to get something like this with free shipping is kind of a big thing. Now, when you get this home, it's going to ship to you, and it's going to look like this. It's going to be flat packed in 2 boxes. It's funny, somebody got theirs, and they said, I only got the bottom, I didn't get the top. The reason is that the top will ship in a separate box from the base, because metal, wood. We don't want the metal damaging the wood. So they're packed separately in 2 different boxes. You'll get them home that way. And then once you get them, all you've got to do, and I'll show you the setup for this. We don't call it assembly because there's nothing to assemble. You grab the sides, you give that a pull. Now I'm going to turn this around so you can see the back of this. Right here is a toggle. All you do is thread this through like this and pull down. Okay? Now the base of this is solid. I can move this around, you know, it's plenty solid. It's good to go. Structurally sound is what I like to say. Then I'm going to flip the top over, and there's one latch right here on the top, and all you've got to do is drop that into place like that, and now the top of this is on there too, as you could see right there, okay? Then you take your top and you decide, and this is that wood top, the solid oak wood top that comes with this, and you decide, am I going to put it on this way? And am I going to roll this around like this? By the way, if you buy this right now, we're going to throw in 4 S-hooks with this so that you will be able to use the wooden, not wooden, these are metal, the metal handles on the sides right here so that you can actually hang things on here as well, okay? So if you wanted to, like what I've done with mine is use it as a barbecue cart. All right, and I've hung my accoutrements on there for that, you know, like my spatula and my tongs and, you know, all that cool stuff, right? My wife Kelly's a big crafter. She's used it to hang, you know, she does a lot of vinyl work and things like that. She has tools for cutting and doing all kinds of things, and she's hung that stuff on here too. This makes a great coffee station. It makes a great printer station. It makes a wonderful little rolling bar if you want to use it that way. And the beautiful thing is that you have the option with this top, that you can either use this top with it, or not. And yes, Kathy came up with a great suggestion just now. You could put a small TV on here. Actually, I'd go so far as to say, because it'll hold 75 pounds per shelf, you're pretty good size TV on here, especially if you got one that's got like the single base on it. You know what I mean? Just put that on here. I mean, 75 pounds, that would be a massive TV, okay, because they don't weigh that much anymore. So you could see that this is just an incredibly versatile piece. And again, you know, me personally, I'd probably take this off and use this for something else. You know, when I say something else, I mean like put it on that ottoman or something like that. I mean, it's really cool for that. And again, you can see the quality. Look at the way it's finished on the inside as well, with that walnut stain going all the way through that. And then look at the top of this too. I mean, that's beautiful. And listen to this. It sounds like a door, okay? Solid oak. So you are getting a really high quality piece right now for $159.99. And I'm going to tell you something. You could go to find like a microwave cart. Let's just go for something simple like that. You could go buy a microwave cart at the big box store and you would pay this much for particle board. But right here at Shop Social TV, you are getting real oak, powder-coated steel, and a beautiful piece that's incredibly versatile. So give us a call right now and place your order for yours. We had a bunch of orders on these last week. The phone number is 888-247-8712. Okay, so again, that's 888-247-8712. give us a call right here at Shop Social TV, or go to the website, shopsstv.com, or go to the QR code that's down there as well, and that'll take you right to the page for this. And then you just decide, you know, like, okay, I want this or I don't want this. It's very, very simple. You are going to get free shipping no matter what. Remember, 75 pounds per shelf on this, including the top right here. That's a 225-pound weight capacity, and it rolls really well. So if you wanted to use this to like serve things in the kitchen, take stuff right out of the oven and just roll it out there. Put a trivet on here first, though, because it is real wood. You don't want to burn it. Be able to push this out table side as well. And it's countertop height. So that's kind of cool. You can just roll this over there, and you're absolutely going to be able to use this that way. I'm sorry, Kelly, what'd you say? Is there really? All right, well, hang on a second, folks. There's supposed to be an air fryer out here. Oh, air fryer flying in. Do you see one underneath there? No? Okay. No, there's no air fryer out here. But the point is that you could use this for your kitchen electrics. You could use this for that air fryer, for that, you know, if you've got a stand mixer, if you got, you know, whatever it is, this is going to look just as great in the kitchen as it will anywhere else in the house. If you're a crafter, this is going to be great in there. I like the idea of like a little rolling bar, especially if you live like in a smaller place, like a studio apartment or something like that. I think this would be really cool. Do we want to do the other tops as well right now, or do you want to wait for those? Okay, so here, now, when you buy this, you're going to receive this beautiful powder-coated steel base in the black. You're going to receive the beautiful oak top that's stained walnut. But let's just say that you're feeling a little froggy and you're like, you know what? I think that I would like to get a different top on mine. Okay. We're also offering these. Now, this is not instead of the wood top. This is in addition to the wood top. So this is an extra charge. These are $49.99. This is the royal bee pattern that's inside of this. This is all vegan leather. So this is all printed on vegan leather, and it feels absolutely incredible. Like, I had to be told that this was vegan leather because I honestly thought that this was like legit leather. And then if you look at the top of this, the other side of this is black, and it's this beautiful black finish that's on here, okay? And this, of course, is going to fit perfectly on there. So if you wanted to go instead of with the wood top, you're like, you know what, I like the leather, I'm going to use this for something different. I like to have that vegan leather on there, okay? You could do that, or flip it over this way and use it like that with that beautiful bee pattern sitting in there as well. You could do that, okay? Or, no, I'm not done yet. Check this one out. I'm going to bring this one forward too. So this guy right here, notice white top now. So if you're kind of into like the whole color blocking thing and you're like, you know what? I think I want to go black and white. You can absolutely go black and white. However, because you know here at Shop Social TV, we're never really done, right? Watch this. I'm going to pick the top up on this, and I'm going to show you. I had a 50-50 shot of getting that the right way, guys. Got it wrong. Okay, take a look right there. That is the Amalfi Coast in Italy, okay? A beautiful, colorful rendition of the Amalfi Coast in Italy. This one is, again, also $49.99. So when you go to the webpage, or if you talk to Mike on the phone at 888-247-8712, tell him which one you want to buy. This is the Amalfi Coast design. And the design on this one is also vegan leather. So it's vegan leather on the inside, and then this beautiful solid white top is also vegan leather. And when you feel this, you're going to be like, you're lying. That's not vegan. That is real leather. No, this is beautiful vegan leather. And again, you could use this one. Fits perfectly on the top like that. And you get that nice black and white look right there. Or flip it over the other way like that, and check that out. Now we got that serving tray on there. And again, all the stuff I said about the other one with the wood applies to these as well. You could use these to serve breakfast in bed. Hint, hint, Kelly. You can use these. She said, nice try. You could use these, as I said, on that giant ottoman. If you need, you know, something to put on there to keep things, you know, level and all that, you could absolutely do that for your drinks and whatnot. So it's just a nice option for $49.99 to be able to choose either. And again, I'll show you. You've got the bee, the royal bee right there, and this one is the vegan leather with the black on it. The top of this one is black on the back right there. So you got the black back on there, and that's, you know, on all sides, and also black metal handles on this one. And you've got that beautiful bee on the inside. And then, let me switch this out real quick. We're going to go to the Amalfi Coast. And the Amalfi Coast one for $49.99. You can see it's got the white handles on it. It's got the beautiful, I love the colors in this one. The Amalfi Coast on the inside right there. And look at that. You get that beautiful white vegan leather with the white metal handles. Now, just remember, I want you guys to forget that when you buy these, it is coming with when you buy it for $159.99, and I'm talking about the whole table right here, this whole 3-tier cart, it comes with the wood top. So you're going to get this wood top no matter what. Solid oak, this hopple top, top right here, and it's $159.99, as you can see right there. Free shipping on all of this. All of this is free shipping. So no matter what you're buying today, everything's free shipping here at Shop Social TV. But it does have that beautiful metal stand right there, as you can see. Solid oak on this top, and it is just stained the walnut color. You could even see the dovetailing on here too, which I just think is the way they did the tongue and groove on here is just so cool on this top. Look at the reflection off that wood. I mean, you could tell that that's some good quality wood right there that you're getting. That's amazing. And then look at all the shelves on this. And again, there's 3 shelves. It's not just 2. Most of these types of carts like this are 2 shelves. You're getting 3 shelves on this, each one holding 75 pounds. We're talking about 225-pound weight capacity. So really, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is, what do you want to do with yours? Is it going to be a microwave cart? Is it going to hold your stand mixer, your air fryer? Is it going to be a coffee station? Is it going to be in your craft room? Are you going to use it for a TV, as Kathy suggested? There's so many different ways that you could use these. But I'll tell you something. What was interesting last time we sold these was that people, knowing they were getting the wood top in this, a lot of people chose to go and get the other option with these, which is these colorful tops that you can buy as well for $49.99. So these are an add-on to it, but those are pretty cool too. Kelly, do we have time to do the tiny trays? I like doing the tiny trays too. So what am I talking about? Here's what I'm talking about. Because remember those nice big colorful trays that I just showed you? You can also buy tiny versions of them. Look at these here. Actually, and we sold a bunch of these last week too. People got into this. They were like, oh, wait a minute. I want that. Here's what's cool about these. These are also vegan leather. Okay? You're getting the same pattern. You've got that Royal Bee pattern, all the Royal Bee. You've got the Amalfi Coast right there. But here's what's kind of cool about these. Because if you buy these, here's what you could do with this. Let's say that you've got maybe you're getting the Amalfi Coast one, right? And you're buying the big one. You can set this one on top of it like that and use it as part of that set right there. Or you can flip it over and put it inside. Same thing with the Royal Bees right here. If you want to set that on top of the black one, you can. These are also really great. I know a lot of folks out there like to use stuff like this to put your jewelry in at night. Like a jewelry tray, or put this by your door to put your keys in, or anything like that, or just leave it out there because it's just darn good looking. But these are $34.99 each, your choice of the Royal Bee or the Amalfi Coast right there. Everybody loves these bees. I think that's so awesome. Everybody loves the bees on these. Okay, they're the bee's knees, so to speak. All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave now. Okay, now, coming up at 9 p.m. Is this coming up next or at 9 p.m.? Oh, okay. Coming up at 9 p.m., we've got this amazing dash cam. It's a 1080p full HD dash cam. And I mentioned to everybody earlier about how I think dash cams are super, super important to have. Just because, I hate to say this, but we live in a world right now where people are just trying to get over on everybody. And if you've been in an accident lately or witnessed an accident, the first thing people do is come out and say, it wasn't my fault, even if it was. This is a great way to have what we call prima facie evidence, okay? It actually absolutely shows who is at fault. And that's coming up in just about 15 minutes. But before we get to that, here's one that we debuted a week ago, and we had a tremendous response to these. These are a set of 2 lanterns. You have a choice between 2 white lanterns or 2 black lanterns. They have a realistic candle flame effect built into them. These use 3 AAA batteries, and they have LED lights inside. So these last an incredibly long time. They sip the battery power and just go on and on and on. You can hang them, as you see right here, on a hook like that. These are awesome for the holidays. They're amazing. The black ones, I would think for Halloween, I would absolutely love them right there. Hey, Lynette's here. Welcome, Lynette. She's late to the party, but she's here, and I love that. These are only $24.99, not each, $24.99 for a set of 2. So again, it's 2 white or it's 2 black. These are simple to operate. There's 1 switch on the bottom. They're either on or they're off. So if you want to use them like Kelly did this thing right here, it's a centerpiece. But I want you to just see what this looks like here. She did one for fall because let's face it, I think a lot of us at this point are kind of wishing it was fall. Yeah, I'm kind of done with the summer. I'm done with the heat. This is a great way to kind of envision that. Let's channel the cool weather, if we may. But look how neat that looks sitting in there, and you're getting that amazing candle effect right there. I'm going to bring the lights down right now because I want everybody to be able to see this. Here go the lights. Now, look at how much light actually comes off of these. And it's funny too because I'm literally standing in total darkness here in the studio. There's a little blue light reflected from over on the other side of the set there. But other than that, no lights in here whatsoever. Look at how bright these are. So, you know, I like these not just for decorative purposes, but they're functional as well. Like if you wanted to use these, let's say in a blackout or a hurricane. Oh, I said the H word. I hate that. All right. But these are perfect for those situations as well. And they throw off a lot of light. I mean, surprisingly, how much light these actually throw off here. It's incredible. You know, and all you've got to decide is, for this price, for $24.99, to get the electronic candle with the realistic flame effect in it, I think that's just a crazy price. These have free shipping too, which, you know, everything in the show has been free shipping. The big tables have been free shipping. I mean, the battery charger was free. Everything's free shipping, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. You just got to make a choice. Do I want 2 white or do I want 2 black or do I want 4 white or 4 black? You know, it's like, you know, whichever way you want to divide that up. That's what we've got here for you. And you can see, look at how much light these throw off. My hand's back here a ways, probably about a good 1.5 feet away from these. And you could see how it's throwing light. Actually, it's actually hitting the wall. The flame effect's totally hitting that wall. But isn't that cool? The way that it does that. And I'm going to show you something. It's way safer than a real candle. I'm just going to bring a real candle right there, okay? And I'm going to light this thing. So problem 1, you better have matches or a lighter, all right? I'm going to light that real candle just like that. Now, the thing about the real candle is, I'm going to move him right in between these right here. Okay. I don't think that real candle is any brighter than these lights. In fact, it's not as bright as these lights are. So that's throwing off very little practical light. You know, is it pretty? Yeah, it's pretty. These are pretty too, okay? And this is what we call consumable. So meaning as it burns, you're just burning that candle up, okay? These, all you got to do is replace the batteries and use them over and over and over and over again. The other thing, I'm not going to burn anything down with these lights. Okay, these are completely 100% safe. They don't even get warm. I mean, they're totally cool to the touch, which is amazing. And the other thing is that with this one here, you fall asleep, you forget to blow out that candle, potentially problems, right? There's a pool of wax that's already starting on there. The last time we did this, we wound up with wax all over the table around this thing because we were moving it around, and it was just spewing hot wax all over the place. That's not going to happen with our candles, okay? And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, if I forget to do this, and blow that out, and look at the smoke that comes off of it now, all right? A lot of places, open flames, not allowed, okay? But these, totally cool. And you're getting that same effect from it. I think that it just gives you a nice ambiance. I love this like on a mantelpiece at Christmas time with some garland and decorations up there. I think it would look amazing. We had a couple people that were talking about the black ones for Halloween last week, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that's actually a really great idea. And the nice thing about these is when you want to use them, it's an easy on-off. In fact, hang on a second there, Kel. I'm going to come underneath here. There's the on-off switch. I think that's it. Let me see. Did I grab the on-off switch? I did. No, I didn't. There it is. Okay, watch. So just like that, it's off, and you can see that element sitting in there, and then I turn it on like that, and bam, we're back in business. One little switch, no matches, no lighters, none of that stuff. Let me turn the lights back on again for just 1 second so everybody can see these really clearly. And even with the lights on in here, and we got a lot of lights in this studio. TV studios have lots of lights, okay? We got a lot of lights here. What'd you say, Kelly? Oh, okay, yeah, we're going to take the dangerous candle out of our shot here because, oh, and there's wax on the table over here. It was here for 2 seconds. How did I get wax on the table already? See, this is what happens. This is what happens. What's that, Kel? Okay, all righty, here we go. Here you go, Lee. There we go, good catch. Okay, so take a look at these guys. Again, it's a 2-pack here. You get 2 of the white or 2 of the black, $24.99 for these. And again, call our phone number, 888-247-8712. 247-8712 is our phone number here. Or you can go to shopsstv.com to our website and look at all the products that we have, or use the QR codes, go to the website, and you'll be able to make your choice. The only thing you got to choose with these is really, do I want a 2-pack of the white or a 2-pack of the black? I mean, it's literally that simple of a decision to do, okay? $24.99, talking about $12 per lantern, which I think is a steal. And you don't have to pay for shipping. We're going to pay for the shipping. So you can grab these tonight and use these for years to come, because these are really well made. I think that these are going to last for an incredibly long time. They're nice and light, too. That's the other thing I like about these, because sometimes you buy stuff like this. I mean, I'm not saying they're so light they're going to blow away. That's not the case at all. But you can hang these with confidence and not worry that they're going to, like, pull a nail out of the wall or, you know, run something down. That's the other thing, too. You don't have to worry about what's around them. Remember I was talking about putting them on the mantle and with garland or, you know, pretty much anything that you want to put there. You can 100% do that. Or in this centerpiece, which is surrounded by flammable things inside of this, from the cloth pumpkin that's over here to all the other little cloth pumpkins and different various things that are in there. They look amazing. They would catch on fire in a heartbeat, okay? So you're totally safe when you've got the electric candle and you're using that. I mean, I think that's really going to be a game changer for a lot of folks out there. Now, have you seen products like this before? Probably. I would say that you definitely have. Here's the difference, though. At $24.99 for a 2-pack, I really think that the pricing here is probably better than anywhere else. Not just that, we've got the free shipping. A lot of places, they'll tell you like, oh, we've got low shipping, or yes, you can have free shipping if you spend above this amount, or yeah, you can have free shipping if you become a member of our club, and then you'll get free shipping, but it's going to cost you $120 a year. We don't do that, okay? Call in right now, again, 888-247-8712. And place your order right now to take advantage of this deal. And again, free shipping all the time here at Shop Social TV. Go to our website. If you've never been to the website, go check it out, shopsstv.com. There's a ton of products on there that you could look at, including these. But then there's a bunch of things that we've never even presented before because we haven't had time yet. But you know, come Thursday, we're going to have some all new stuff in here. And by the way, everybody in the Facebook chat right now is loving these lanterns so much that we're going to turn the lights off again. And watch this, guys. I mean, that's really right there. That's the magic right there. When you see that glow coming off of these, it's almost too bright for the camera. But to the eye, it looks like a real candle. Like I stand here and I look at this, and if I were walking through a room, I'd do a double take. I would, because it looks that much like a real candle. Also, notice how this one is in here with the foliage. Again, we talked about this. Real flame and plants, not good, okay? But you can do that with an electric candle. And look at how much light comes off of that. Even on my hand, all the way back here. You know, I wish everybody could see like really how dark it is in this studio right now. I got some lights at the other end of the set, but beyond that, there's nothing else out here. And these are just throwing off enough light that you could see me. You could look at my shirt. Look at my plaid shirt. Did I mention I was wearing plaid tonight? Look at the way that light is hitting the shirt, how awesome that looks on there, okay? It's enough light that you can see things. And you know what these are really great for? I love them as a centerpiece. Like if I were sitting outside, Kelly and I used to have, at our other house, we had a outside living room set. I couldn't think of the name. It was an outdoor living room set, all right? And we wouldn't use big lights out there. I'd have some like little solar lights and things like that. But at the end of the day, if you can get that nice warm candlelight effect right there, it is incredible. By the way, Kelly, I don't know if you're looking at the chat right now, but Judy says that you are an amazing set decorator, and I would agree with you, Judy. Kelly does a great job. She does a great job here. Kelly's kind of doing everything in the control room right now. You know, Mike's answering the phones. Lee's out here helping me on the set. Kelly's in there doing her thing. You know, guys, we're a small company. And that's the thing. When you buy from a small company, you support a small company, you're helping everybody, okay? Especially us. But you're helping us maintain and be able to give you these prices, be able to give you that free shipping that you're getting here at $24.99, okay? And again, that phone number is toll free. So you're not paying to call that number. It's 888-247-8712. Call us right now. Talk to Mike or maybe one of our other operators. You might get lucky, but if you can talk to Mike, you're going to get lucky. By the way, ladies, he's single. I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, let's bring the lights up again. I'm going to show everybody. Well, actually, we'll let Kelly finish this shot because that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now we'll bring the lights on. And look at that, man. And they look just as good, in my opinion, with the lights on as the lights off. They look like, now here's the other interesting thing. They did an amazing job. The first time I saw these, I had to check them to see if they were metal or not because they really look like they're made out of steel. But they're not, okay? They're very well-made, high-impact plastic. And so is the glass on the sides here, the windows on the side. There are windows on all 4 sides. You can kind of see the reflection right there. These are really well made. And I understand why they chose not to do the metal, because down here, especially here in Florida, I don't care where you go, there's salt air everywhere. Everything rusts here. Everything rusts here. And you know, a lot of places up north too, same thing. You get anywhere near an open door and things are going to start rusting. That's not going to happen with these guys, okay, because they are that high impact plastic, as you see. And legit, you can hang these. And I think that's a big deal, because sometimes you buy these things and they look like you can hang them. The first time you try, they fall down. This has been up here for like an hour at least. All right, and you can see how great that looks there. And again, they're only $24.99. That's for a 2-pack. That's not for 1 lantern. That's for 2 lanterns, okay? That's an amazing deal, and you are getting that free shipping on these as well. Thanks, guys. So many great people in our chat on Facebook today saying great things about us. Judy just said Shop Social TV is awesome. Thank you, Judy. I really appreciate that. And Dawn must have just left. Everybody's telling her to have a good evening. And folks, you can get in on the chat as well. What's that, Kel? Oh, okay, so we got 1 more minute on this, and then we're going to move on to a brand new product, and it's going to be a product launch. It's actually kind of an unboxing. Like, when I tell you it literally got here before the show, you'll see what I'm talking about. But these lights right here, again, you could use these indoors, you could use these outdoors. Oh, Charlene just asked that question. Are these lanterns for indoors or outdoors? Me, personally, I would use them indoors. I'm not saying you can't take them outdoors and use them outside, but I don't know that I would let them sit out in the rain, in the elements, every single day. Taking them out and bringing them back in, not a problem, but leave them outside, I prefer to leave these indoors because I think they're really great. You know what I've seen people do is put them in windows at Christmas time, so you get that cool lantern look in all the windows on one side of the house. I've always loved that. Okay, so we're going to move on right now. We're talking about a 2-pack in the white or a 2-pack in the black for $24.99 with free shipping. Just give us a call, talk to Mike, ask for Mike, and then make your purchase. And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Here's how to order using that QR code.
You're shopping with friends. We offer 3 easy ways to buy today's featured deals and much more. You can either call the phone number on your screen, visit our website at shopsstv.com, or open the camera on your cell phone, point it at the QR code on the screen, and open the link that pops up. You'll be taken to shopsstv.com, where you'll find today's deals plus other exciting products. While you're visiting shopsstv.com, be sure to explore the whole website to see everything we have to offer. We're always adding new hand-picked items. Subscribe to our email newsletter so you never miss a show. Call, browse, or click the QR code and start shopping with friends today.
Okay, welcome back in here to Shop Social TV. See, I told you it was easy to order with the QR code. 3 different ways to order here at SSTV, and I encourage you to do any and all of them. Let's move on to this next item. Now, I mentioned to everybody out there that this was sort of like almost an unboxing video that we're doing right now. And the reason I say that is literally before we went live tonight, Kelly came running in the door with this camera because I had ordered this as a sample to show everybody out there, because I really am a proponent of getting a dash cam. I think every single car going down the road should have a dash cam in it, because I'm going to tell you something right now, people lie. So if you get into an accident, no one's fault. It's never going to be their fault. They're always going to tell you it's someone else's. And for folks out there who don't know me, you've never seen me on TV before, I've been doing this for 37 years, working in television shopping. And concurrently, at the same time, I was also working in law enforcement, and I worked in law enforcement for 23 years. So to say that I've heard all kinds of stories from people, absolutely true. The one thing that nobody can ever try to do is lie to you and then say, you've got video. Can't argue with the video, which shows everything. Now, this particular dash cam right here, as you can see, it affixes to your windshield using a suction cup, okay? Really, really simple to install this anywhere. It comes with this incredibly long cord right here that you can plug into your power port, or what we used to call in the olden times a cigarette lighter adapter, okay? So this just plugs in right there. Now, the other thing you can do is if you've got a car that's actually got a USB port where you can plug things in, you can also plug this into those USB ports, because it just works off of any USB signal, okay? Very, very easy to do. Now, I'm going to try to spin. Let me see if I can spin this around. I think if I go this way, I can show everybody what this looks like on the back. Okay, so there's the screen right there. Now remember, I'm shooting through this piece of plexiglass right now, so it's not giving you the best image, but this is actually a 1080p high definition image you're seeing from here. The screen on this is 4 inches. That's a big screen. Most cell phones these days, a lot of them are somewhere between 6 and almost 8 inches, so this is going to be darn close to the size of a cell phone screen. What I like about this is you're not relying on an app to use this. It has actual tactile buttons here on the side that you can press. And using those buttons right there is going to let you access the menus and change the settings on this as well. There's a wide-angle lens on the front of this, and the wide-angle lens on the front of this is actually 170 degrees of a view. Okay, so that's a very, very, very big view that you get from this very wide view. So you're going to be able to see everything happening in front of your car. It's going to record both video and audio. You can turn off the audio if you want to. You do not have to have it record the audio in your vehicle. I like it though so they can hear all the sounds like the squealing tires and things like that if you ever get rear-ended, which I've had happen to me. And it records it in a loop. So you put an SD card in this, okay, and it records the video in a loop so that every time something new records, when it gets to the end of that loop, and trust me, the loop is long. I mean, it goes on for a really long time, and it'll start back at the beginning, okay? Really, really simple there. Now, this also has a feature that's known as a parking monitor, okay? And if I put this in, it's wired to a constant source of power. Some cars, the cigarette lighter, you can change what it's going to do, or if you plug it into a USB port, you can tell it, I want you to be on all the time, I don't want you to be on all the time. There's a lot of options on how you can set that up, okay? And there's the front of it again. You could set this up so that when it's parked, if somebody bumps into your car, it's going to turn on and it's going to record that. So you actually have a record of what happened if somebody does that. It could do time lapse where it shoots so many frames every so often. So if you want to see if there's somebody like lurking around trying to break into your car, you're going to have a record of that on here as well. And all this stuff can be downloaded to your phone, to your laptop, to wherever you need. Or you could just show it to the police right on here because you can also do playback on this, which is nice. The other thing about this one with that wide-angle front lens on this, I want you to notice right here. See those little dots that go all the way around there? Those little dots are infrared. And what the infrared on this does is it's night vision. And this has 2 different types of night vision. Actually, no, this one just has the regular night vision with the LEDs on there, okay? So you'll be able to see other things. Now, here's something I haven't mentioned yet, but I'm going to show you something really cool. It has a camera for the back of the car, too. How cool is this? So this camera can be mounted on the rear of the vehicle or on the back window, and you'll be able to record out there. And this also has, see those little dots, the 4 dots? Those are also night vision on here as well. So you have 2 different ways that you're going to be recording. It's going to see what's coming in front of you and what's behind you. Now, what does everybody out there think the most common type of accident is? Rear-ended. That happens pretty much every single day. Somebody gets rear-ended. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's not so serious. I personally have been rear-ended 3 times now in my life. None of them my fault. One time sitting waiting for an ambulance. One time a guy fell asleep and his car just rolled forward and hit me. Funny story about that one. I was in my police uniform at the time, so I got to get out and talk to him about that. It wasn't a big deal. Nothing really happened. But it's one of those things where at that time I didn't have a camera in my car, and especially a rear camera. And I've learned, I've always had, like the last probably 10 years, I've had a front-facing camera, but now I've got that rear camera with this as well because that is all the difference. And it's full HD. It's 1080. Now, why is that a big deal? If you don't get a camera that's full HD, that's a 1080 HD camera, the problem is that things like license plates, street signs, all those things that you really want to be able to show the police if you're in an accident, all those things are not going to be in clear detail unless it's HD, okay? Anything less than full HD is just not going to work, okay? Now, full disclosure, the front camera is 1080 HD. The back camera is 720, but that's also HD, but it's just a little bit lower, not a lower resolution necessarily, but a smaller image that comes off the back camera, but still clear enough to see things. The funny thing is that here in Florida, we don't have front license plates, so it wouldn't even matter. I'm not going to be able to get a license plate off of there, which is crazy. Yes, and Kathy on our Facebook chat just made a great point that there's a lot of crazy drivers out there. Oh, and Anita says that both she and Robert were rear-ended oh gosh, and they hurt their backs and they had, ooh, and he had no insurance. Wow, I'm sorry about that. But see, this is what happens, is the problem, is that if you are in an accident and nobody can prove fault, your insurance, or if you don't have insurance, you're out of luck, you know? But if you've got a camera, and I'm going to tell you, I know plenty of instances where people have been saved money because they had that camera on there. The other thing for me is the parking. You know, I fly back and forth to another state to do shows every once in a while, and I park my truck at the airport in the parking lot a lot, okay? And I like to know, did somebody bump into my truck? Did somebody scratch it? Did something happen? This camera is going to wake up and it's going to shoot that video for you, so you're actually going to see that as well. Now, take a look at the suction cup that's on here. It's a nice big suction cup. It's actually really, really easy to put this on and take this off. I mean, it just adheres anywhere on the windshield you want to put this. I highly recommend, though, don't block your field of view with it. And the cord on this is really, really long. I know some people are like going, my gosh, what do I do with this cord? If you're just going to go right down to your cigarette lighter adapter that you have in your vehicle, like mine is actually on top of the dashboard, and I just have a cord that goes, my cord goes right into that. And it's really simple. But they give you enough that you can route it around, like around the top, down the side, and then go under the dashboard and plug it in that way. The rear camera's got a crate. There's cord all over the place here, okay? And they make a very small wire on the end of this, so it's really simple to route that through if you want to put that secondary camera on the back of the car. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to use a second camera. For a lot of folks out there, they're like, oh, that's too much. I don't need all that. Look at the price, $64.99. When I was looking for a full HD car camera like this, a dash cam like this, okay, the best I saw was $99. It was just a tick under $100. And guess what? I had to pay shipping. On top of that, here at Shop Social TV, not only do you not pay the shipping, but look at our price right there. We're a good $35 below others that I've seen on the market. And that's the thing, okay? You don't have to pay through the nose. And a lot of people end up buying these because they've seen an ad on social media, and they get you with that. They really do. The people that do those ads are really, really good. So they'll get you on buying something like this and paying way too much for it, and sometimes it's not even full HD. You know that this one is going to be full HD, that's number one, and the other thing is you know you're not paying too much for it. If I turn this sideways, and I want everybody just to see, look at the slim profile on there. The only part of this that bulges out is the lens, but you know what? That's a good thing. That means that there's a big element inside of this, and because there's a big element inside of this, okay, it's going to draw in a lot of light. So the images are going to be brighter. The image is going to be, you know, whenever an image is brighter, it's easier to see stuff on it, and that's going to be the case with this one. Also notice that I can swivel it. There's a mount on here with that little ball, so I can level it out if I need to. I can rotate it, you know, to get that perfect image on there. And again, all these little dots around here, they're raised, you can feel them. Those are nighttime LED sensors on there. So that's going to give you that infrared light that's going to light up everything. It's a funny thing about infrared, you can't see it, but the camera can. So the minute that that comes on, it's not going to like reflect off your windshield and blind you. It's not that kind of light, but it will go through the windshield and it'll hit those cars in front of you. You'll be amazed at how far a an infrared light like that can go. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm glad that Judy just said this just now in our Facebook chat, that the video loops so you don't run out of room, and you're 100% correct about that. And if people don't understand what looping is, let's just say that here's the beginning and here's the end, okay? And this is my storage capacity. And the storage capacity is whatever side SD card you decide you want to put in here, okay? So beginning and end. What's going to happen is it's going to record and record and record and record and record. And this could be hours of recording, okay? And then when it gets to the end, it doesn't stop. It goes back to the beginning and starts recording again, and it's, you know, basically recording on top of what was there before it as it goes down here. Now, you're thinking to yourself, well, Lou, what if there's something on there that I need? Okay, if you've been in an accident, you already know that you need that footage. You download it, or you can lock it on here. You can actually lock that frame, that footage that you want to get off of there, and you're not going to have to worry about that going, okay? And there's a ton of settings in here, but like here, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, I still have to learn a lot about this particular one simply because it is so full featured. It is such a great buy at $64.99 that I just think that, you know, this is the kind of electronics that everybody out there needs. Everybody should have one of these. And, you know, basically what we're doing right now is like a glorified unboxing video. You know, I had a chance to drive around with it for a while today, but I haven't had a chance to actually take it and, load the videos in so that Kelly could actually show them to you right now. But I promise you that come Thursday, I'm absolutely going to have that, because I'm going to just put this in my truck and just drive around all over the place with it. She literally ran in here before the show, took it out of the box. I ran outside, drove around the parking lot. I'm like, this thing's cool. And that's it. So we haven't had a chance to take anything off there. I'm going to show you the back of this again. You know what I'm going to do this time, Kelly? I'm just going to turn it this way, and I'm going to rotate the whole thing. Now, okay, now that we're not looking through that plexiglass, I want you guys to see. I mean, look how clear that image is. Oh, you know what, guys? Hang on a second. This is so new. We got this out of the box. I'm talking about hot. Watch this. Yeah, there was actually a piece of protective film on there. There we go. Look how much better that looks right now. Isn't this cool? Full HD 1080p on this. And again, it's got the night vision built in. You're getting 2 cameras with this. You're getting a front camera. You're getting a back camera as well. Here, I'll give everybody a little tour of the studio too, so you can see there's the other side of the set. Oh, you start to lose the image there when I do that because of the angle, but it's kind of cool, you know? And again, I really feel like everybody out there needs to have one of these in their car. Anita said, hey, it's Lou. Yeah, and isn't it clear? Thank you, Judy. Judy's pointing out that this is a crystal clear image here. And by the way, people, I'm not talking to voices in my head right now. We are simulcasting on both Facebook and YouTube. If you just go to Facebook and look up Shop Social TV, it'll take you to our page. And right now, you can watch this entire show on there. We're also on Dish, we're on Direct, we're on Uverse. So there's a lot of ways to catch us here at SSTV. But again, you get a great image off of this right there. Let me get that cord out of the way. Let me see if I can go over to the top. There you go. You get a beautiful quality image on this. My gosh, that rivals the cameras that we actually use to shoot the show, I think. That's amazing. Isn't that beautiful, Lee? Look at that. I guarantee you I paid more for these cameras, though, than $64.99. $64.90. What did you say, Kelly? Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so she's telling me we got a lot of the products to get to here, so I can't spend all night on this. But okay, but guys, if you like this and you're kind of sitting there at home going like, I don't know, I want to see more on this one, come back on Thursday, because we're going to have more on this, I guarantee. I'm going to go out, I'm going to shoot some video, we're going to, you know, do all kinds of stuff for this. But I was so excited when we got this that I was like, you know what? I think that our customers need to see this, because I really am a proponent of dash cams. And remember, this one is coming with the back camera as well. So you're getting 2 cameras in this deal. For $64.99, I'm going to tell you right now, go out and shop around. If you can find anything for under $100 that's got 2 cameras on it, I would be stunned. Again, you don't have to use the second camera if you don't want to. You do not have to use that second camera if you don't want to, okay? That's entirely up to you. I recommend it, though, just because, you know, if you ever get rear-ended, ba-bam, you want to be able to show that as well to the police. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Judy in the chat just mentioned that it looks like a cell phone camera off her phone that she paid $1,000 for. I'm telling you, the size of the lens on this and that night vision, that infrared night vision on here, this is a steal. Plus, you're going to get free shipping. Yeah, Charlene goes, I think Lou's having fun with the dash cam. I'm an electronics geek. You may not see me sell a lot of electronics other places, but I love me some electronics. All right, we're going to move on to our next item. Where am I going now? Where am I going? What am I doing? Oh, doing these. Okay. You guys ready? I got some other lights for you right now, and these are super cool. And these actually are back by request because we had these last week, and so many people asked me about these. These are the Maxa solar pole lights, okay? I know that's a mouthful. People are like, what in the world does that even mean? So these are specifically made to do exactly what you see right there, to fit on a fence post, to go on the railings on your deck, to go on top of your mailbox. There's so many different places where you can use these, or just like that, even just flat on their bottom on a staircase or any place else like that that makes sense. I've got a bunch of these right now. I've got 4 of them at my house. I've got 2 big gates. We have a circular driveway. We've got 2 cattle gates that go in and out of our property. And we've got 2 on each side of each gate, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. And it just makes all the difference in the world, especially if you live in a rural area where they don't really have a lot of street lights. These things are super cool. Now, let me give you a quick tour. I'm going to do the wooden one right here just to give everybody a quick tour of these. So, a couple things to notice about these. Number one, big old solar panel on top of these guys right there, okay? So they're going to spend the entire day gathering light, okay? That's a beautiful feature about these is there's no wiring, there's no hiring. You don't have to get an electrician. You don't have to know how to do anything except just set this on top of a post. It's that simple to do. The glass on this is real glass, which I think is so cool. You know, you were expecting plastic, right? But they call these what's called a wave style, okay? And the reason they do that is as I've turned this around, you're going to notice the waves inside of the glass. That is naturally occurring when they use this process to make these, okay? And this whole lens, it's not 4 separate lenses. This is one solid piece that has 4 sides to it. It's pretty amazing when you look inside of it. The first time I realized that, I was like, wow, this thing's incredible. These have 3 LEDs inside of them, so you're getting a lot of light. They only use, what does it lead, 2 AA batteries? One AA battery rechargeable, but you don't have to install it because we give it to you. So it's already in there. There's nothing you have to worry about with these. Now you have a choice. You can get 2 in the white. It's a 2-pack for $49.95. 2 in the white, 2 in the bronze, 2 in the wood pattern, or 2 in the matte black finish over here. These actually kind of look like wrought iron. I want you to see something really cool. Watch this. I'm going to turn the lights off, and these guys are going to pop on. And right away, you can see what we're talking about when I talk about the beautiful light that comes off of these. I mean, you get such a cool look from these. And a lot of it is due, and you can see this on the wall behind me. In fact, it always looks better if I hold it up here. I do my Statue of Liberty. Look at the pattern that this throws. And that's that wave. That's why they call these wave lights, because you get this amazing pattern that comes off of these. You know, if it was just like straight up light that came off of here, that's fine, that's good, you know. But this actually makes it look a little more elegant, a little more rich, I think, you know. And I think that that's right there what really makes the difference for me, is just how incredibly beautiful that is right there. That pattern is. And again, you can use these either like on a post like we have here. Now this is actually a mailbox next to me, and we've got this sitting on top of the post there. You could see how incredibly bright this is. I mean, this is just a crazy, look at that. Look how much light's coming off of there. That's just a crazy, crazy bright light that's on there, okay? Look at that. I'm not gonna put my hand in there again, because the camera doesn't like it when I do that for some reason. But you could just see how crazy, crazy bright that is right there. And that's actually sitting on top of that post. And as a matter of fact, while we've got that shot, Kelly, I'm going to bring the lights back up real quick because I want to show everybody how you install these, okay? Because this is actually it's really simple to do. It's not hard. So this is just sitting on top of this post right here. Now, here's the neat thing about these. There are different size posts, okay? If I take this off of here, notice that it has this adapter sitting on there, okay? So the base of this is 3x3, which is perfect size for wooden posts, okay? But let's say you've got PVC like this one here, like this mailbox. Well, that's not going to fit on here. I mean, it's exactly the size of that, but you want that overlap, right? So we give you this adapter. The adapter is made to fit on there, and it's also made to mate with the light. So it gives you that little extra bump right there, but it gives you something to secure it to. Notice there's holes in here, top and bottom. So what's going to happen is you're going to drill through this hole right here, and it's going to mount the base to the post. And then you're going to drill this one here. Well, it's already drilled. You're just going to put the screw in there. And by the way, we give you the mounting hardware. You're going to put your screw through here, and it's going to mount that to the adapter plate. Okay, so you've got that whole thing right there, that whole system, and that wasn't hard to do. I mean, that's really, really simple for anybody to do. I don't care what your skill level is. You're going to absolutely love how simple this is to do. But what you're really going to love is this. We're going to bring the lights down again. How beautiful these lights are when they're off. Now, just because we call them post lights does not mean you can't use them any way you want to. Okay, and what I mean by that is like this guy right here. Put this in a centerpiece outside. Put this on some stairs leading up to your house. You know what I mean? If you've got like a retaining wall or something, you can put this on top of that. Just let them sit up there because they'll sit there with this base. And by the way, they've got a nice little heft to them because of that real glass that you're talking about for the lens in here, that wave lens that's inside of these. Isn't it neat? And these lights really are something. I mean, how bright they are, the beautiful warm light that comes off of these. And I love that pattern that goes on the table there. And again, it's only $49.95 for real glass. For a company, Maxa is really well known for their LED lighting solutions. And the solar lights are exceptional because you don't have to have 8 hours of light to get these to work, okay? Just a few hours a day, and you're going to get plenty of light that's going to last you all night. Now, if you're looking at these right now and you're thinking like, my gosh, Lou, how do I get these? I want them. $49.95 is the price. Free shipping on these. Just call the phone number you see on the screen, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712 is our phone number right here to talk to the lovely and talented Mike or one of our other operators. Or go to the website, shopsstv.com. You might be surprised at how much product is on there and how good the prices are, and the fact that everything is free shipping on our website. So that's kind of cool. And then you've got the QR code on the screen, and we've showed you that video a couple times tonight. All you've got to do is open up the camera on your phone, point it at the screen. It's going to open up a URL, a website address. You just click on that, and it's going to take you to the very page for these lights, so you can make your selections right there really fast and easy. It kind of cuts you to the front of the line, because sometimes the phone lines do tend to get bogged down a little bit when we have a good response to something like happens with these Maxa lights right here. You do have a choice with these. You can choose the white, the bronze. You can get the wood color. The wood has been hanging in there for the last 2 weeks, but it's really close to selling out. So if you want the wood, that's definitely something you need to jump on. And then, of course, we got the matte black. I'm going to turn the lights on just so you guys can see much more clearly exactly what I'm talking about color-wise on these. So beautiful white. Remember, these are a two-pack. So you're going to get 2 of the whites. You're going to get 2 of the bronze right here. 2 of the wood tone. I love the wood tone on these. I swear that somebody painted them on there because they look that good. Or you can get 2 of the matte black finish. I'm a big fan. I don't like glossy black too much, but I do like the matte black, and you really get that with these. Absolutely gorgeous. All of these are real glass. Listen. I mean, all the way around, too. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about what these are made of and how they make the glass on these pieces right here are not holding the glass in. This is like a big glass cup that they sat inside of this. So this is one big solid piece of glass. So if it rains or this is stuck out in the elements, there's no way anything is getting in the side of this, okay? And you've got this giant top on here that really is adhered to the top of this quite well. Never have to worry about batteries because these are solar. They are completely rechargeable. So you just let them sit outside and the sun does all the work, because last time I checked, sunlight was free. So there's no power involved with this other than the power of the sun itself. That's all you've got to worry about right there. Look at these. And again, $49.95 for a 2-pack with the real glass on these, which I think is just a steal. Now, I know there's people out there that are going to be like, oh, Lou, I could go to down to the home improvement store and I could buy, 10 lights for $49.95. You could, but what are you getting? You're getting mystery metal, maybe plastic. You're getting plastic lenses, absolutely for sure. And usually when you spend that little, you're getting maybe 1 LED. You're getting 3 with each one of these. Maybe you're getting 1 LED. But the other thing is that who knows what kind of technology is in those LEDs. Who knows how long ago those lights were made, because every year over year, LED technology changes. And these guys have some of the absolute best. Notice when I put my hands on top and I block the light sensor, these lights actually turn on. You can see right there. And here's the cool thing. I have, 6 lights in front of me and 5 behind me here. And you can see when I take my hands off of that, look how they're bright enough that they actually show up even in this studio with all these lights. So for the people at home that are clamoring to see these again with the lights off, watch this one more time. Boom. Look at the beautiful patterns. Look how gorgeous these look. Remember, you're getting 2 of these. So, what we're talking about here is you could put 2 anywhere in your house. There we go. Push that over that way. Ooh, excuse me, folks. You could get 2 of these, on your fence. You could put 2 of them on their mailbox. I love the idea that if you got a PVC fence, because they always put those cheap caps on the top. This looks so much better to me, and I love it with this mailbox here, because if you live in an area where you don't have street lights, or maybe the street light's not near your house, you can easily tell people, oh yeah, we've got the light on our mailbox, If you've ever seen somebody with a light up mailbox, typically they paid thousands of dollars to get that done, because it's a specialty mailbox, number one, but I also have to hire an electrician and bring somebody in there to actually do that work. You don't have to worry about that with these. These just fit right on top of the post. Remember, we give the adapter for a wood post or PVC post. It doesn't matter. It's going to work on either one of them, and it's going to look absolutely spectacular. It's going to look like a wired light. And that's the other thing a lot of people said last time we did these, was how much these look like they were wired lighting. You know, like if I didn't tell you, especially that one that's on the mailbox over there, if I didn't tell you, you might think that we actually had an electrician come in and somebody actually wired these up for me, you know, but not the case with these, okay? Solar, you know, it doesn't get any easier than that. And it's not like your grandmother's solar, which was, you know, kind of wonky, and people knew right away when they looked at it that it was solar. They were like, oh, look at those solar lights. Not with these. They're going to look at these and they're going to think, and it's a lot of it has to do with the style, but how bright these are. They're going to think that these are wired lighting, that this is actually something that you paid an electrician to come out and install on your fence, on your mailbox, or just put them on the steps leading up to your house or on your stoop or, you know, wherever it is. I love the idea of the centerpiece. You know, remember before Kelly made that centerpiece that we had out here on the set, how cool that looked? This would be that thing. Like, you could put this in there and it would look absolutely spectacular with just this. This is another one too that I think, Lee, like for the holidays, these would look really cool. You know, the white ones, especially outside. I love that whole idea with the white ones outside or the black ones for Halloween, or, you know, however you want to do that. But $49.95, again, with free shipping for a 2-pack. Not one, you're getting 2 of these with the real glass lenses on them right there. And again, it's a solid piece of glass. It's like a cup that sits inside of this that goes all the way around. So it's not like they punched out 4 pieces of glass and then threw them in here and they're just being held together by these little side pieces. That is not the case at all. These are solid. Like, they just dropped this cup of glass inside. It's actually so precision made that if you were to look at it, you'd swear that it was attached right here, but it's not. It's just so well made that it fits right in there. $49.95, free shipping and handling. Give us a call right here at Shop Social TV at 888-247-8712. That's 888-247-8712. 8712, or go to our website, shopsstv.com, or use the QR code if you want to cut to the front of the line. You don't want to wait behind everybody else who's talking to Mike and telling him how handsome he is and all those things. We don't need that. No, go cut to the front of the line. Use that QR code, okay? Because Mike's busy. I can tell you right now, Kelly was just telling me that we're pretty busy right now. So take advantage of the fact that we've got that for you. And in just a few moments, we're going to be moving on to our next item that's coming up in just a second here. I think it is are we doing the adjust? Oh, I forgot. We have a brand new sale price on a piece of origami. I said it, origami. Stay with us. We're going to show you that video again on how to order.
Glad you're here shopping with friends. We offer 3 easy ways to buy today's featured deals and much more. You can either call the phone number on your screen, visit our website at shopsstv.com, or open the camera on your cell phone, point it at the QR code on the screen, and open the link that pops up. You'll be taken to shopsstv.com, where you'll find today's deals plus other exciting products. While you're visiting shopsstv.com, be sure to explore the whole website to see everything we have to offer. We're always adding new hand-picked items. Subscribe to our email newsletter so you never miss a show. Call, browse, or click the QR code and start shopping with friends today.
You know, it's funny. I'm welcome back, by the way, to Shop Social TV. My name's Lou. I'm your host. I was just reading our social media posts right now because we are simulcasting on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to join in on the fun, look for us, search for us on Facebook. But I have the Facebook chat on in front of me, and it's funny. I'm looking at all the comments people are making about living in an area where it's just too black. And, you know, I think it was Anita that said she wanted to buy it for her son's farm. I mean, the lanterns I'm talking about right there. But then everybody got excited about the origami, and I don't blame you, because anytime you see the name origami, you know it's going to be good. Origami is the premier storage solution on the market. In fact, even Anita just said that she loves her origami. She does love our origami. And even Judy said, she gave me the hearts on origami as well. Everybody loves origami. Why? Because origami is incredibly well made. It's all powder coated steel. And it is something that is going to last you for years and years and years. We take advantage of the vertical storage. Now, all that being said, guess what? Sale. We got a sale price on this tonight. All right. And we can't always say that. Okay. We took $20 off the price of this rack. This is the Origami 4-tiered adjustable rack. This is the most customizable piece of origami that anyone has ever seen. And I've been selling origami now for 15 years. So I can tell you that this is just an amazing piece for anybody out there who wants to get some origami. So normally it's $99. Right now it's going to be $79, $95, or $99, one of the two. We'll know in a second when the item graphics come up on the screen. But let me show you what this is about, okay? Because we call this the adjustable rack. There they are, $79.99, okay? It was $99.99. So big cut in price on that. Not to mention the fact, do you see how tall I am? I'm like 6 feet tall. Look at this right here next to me, okay? This is free shipping on this, and this is not something tiny. This is not like getting, you know, the battery charger we were selling before for free shipping. Not that that wasn't a good deal. This is a better one, okay? So $79.99 on this. Now, let me show everybody. Everybody's getting all excited in the chat because we got this amazing sale price. I'm with you guys. I was stunned when I saw this too. Let me show you what's so cool about it. First of all, powder-coated steel all the way around. You can hear the quality of this as well. The reason we call it the adjustable rack is that each and every one of the shelves on this are removable, and you can put them in different positions, higher or lower, depending on what your situation is, what you want to do. So the reason we can do that is there are 10 rungs on the side of this, okay? And each one of these rungs is where the shelves hang. Each one of these is 6 inches apart. So you can have your shelves, easy for me to say, you can have your shelves as close as 6 inches apart or a couple feet apart. It kind of depends on what your use case is going to be at that time. Each one of these shelves, I'm going to just take this guy off here just to show everybody. Each one of the shelves here has a precision cut in the side of it right there. Let me see what's the best way to see that. Right there. See that precision cut in the side right there? What that is that allows you to hang this on any level of those rungs, okay? The other thing I want you to see is notice the shelves themselves. These are perforated all the way around, so you get aeration through here, which means you're going to get airflow, you're going to get water flow. So if you know, because these are powder-coated steel, they're suitable for indoor use or outdoors. Like you could leave these outside if you want to, okay? But they're not going to corrode, they're not going to chip, they're not going to scratch, but most importantly, they're not going to corrode. So that's why this was important, because if you're going to leave it outside, you definitely want airflow so the shelves don't go flying off, number one, but also so that water flows through. If you want to use it as a planting station, or you want to use it for an herb garden, anything like that, you can absolutely do that. Now, I'm going to take all of these off because I want you to see what makes origami, just the whole line, so special. And again, there's a lot of products in the origami line. We've just started selling a couple of them here. Hopefully we'll get more. But I want you to see something with this, okay? As I take these shelves off of here, and notice how simply they come off. By the way, when they're in place, though, that precision cut is so good that they're not going anywhere when they're in there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this down just like this. Boom. Okay, now, this is what's going to be shipped to your house. It's going to come flat packed in a box with those 4 shelves and this piece right here, the frame that goes with this, okay? Don't panic when you get this home. It's not like building a piece of particle board or furniture or anything like that, okay? This is really simple. Just grab the sides and pull it open, boom, just like that. Now, I'm going to show you the back of this. This is a patented design, this toggle that's on the back of this, okay? We call this the origami toggle. And when I say it's patented, it literally is patented. And it's not just that, it's all the struts that come off of here as well, the supports. All you've got to do is thread that through and push down like that. Now, once I push that down, this thing is already structurally sound. It's ready to go. Now all I've got to do is decide where I want to put the shelves on this, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom shelf, and I'm not going to put it all the way in the bottom, but I'm going to do like the second one up. I could put it on the bottom, but I'm not going to. So I put that in place. That one's good to go, okay? Next one, I want to put these about a foot apart, so that means 2 rungs. Each rung is 6 inches apart. So I go up 2, that means that these are now 1 foot apart exactly. And you could do this as close to linear as you want. Now the next one I'm going to put up even higher, 1.5 feet apart, because I'm going to put something bigger and taller in here. I can 100% do that. And then the last one, I'm going to go all the way up to the top on this one, just like that. Boom. So now we've got our maximum storage capacity on here, which is a brilliant thing about these. Now, people always say to me, Lou, what's the size on these? This is about 30 inches across going this way, and the shelves themselves are about 1 foot deep. So what you want to do, though, is add in the posts. They're about 1 inch each. So you're talking about 14-inch standoff from the wall, but you got that 30 inches going across there. Now, how much does it hold, Lou? Well, that's a good question. Let me tell you. Each one of these shelves, if you have the wheels on this, because it does raise it about 3 inches off the ground, we don't want it to get tippy. So we recommend 50 pounds per shelf as your maximum weight capacity. But think about that for a second. You got 4 shelves. That's 200 pounds that you can put on this and roll around if you want to. But let's say that you don't want to put wheels on it. You're like, I'm not going to move it. It's going to live in one place, and it's just going to stay there. Then you can go up to 80 pounds per shelf, and that's a 320-pound weight capacity on this. It's funny. I'm reading the Facebook chat while I'm talking at the same time because I can multitask like this. And what I'm seeing right here is everybody is saying that this is, Anita's saying that this is very unique, this one, and it is. That's the thing. A lot of people out there know origami, which P.S. is named after the ancient Japanese art of paper folding, because you saw the way we could fold this, open and close it anytime we want to, right? But this is unique to that line of products, that the fact that this is fully adjustable. In fact, I think there's a lot of people that have never even seen this one before. And I'm going to be honest with you. At $99, I felt like it was a good price. At $79.99, this is insane. Plus free shipping, this is a crazy, crazy price on this right now. And it is all powder-coated steel. So if you want to leave this by the pool, you can. If you want to put it in your shed, you can. If you want to leave this on your patio, you can. And look at everything you can put on here, too. When you look at this, notice all the products that are on here. Notice, like, this is set up as if it were in a laundry room, okay? And you can just fit a ton of stuff on this, and not just fit a lot of stuff on it. Wait till we get to the bottom of this. You're going to see something very interesting. Because let's say that this is in your garage and you got a big cooler that you want to put underneath here. Well, you can arrange that bottom shelf to make room for the cooler. In this case, we've got one laundry basket collapsed right there. P.S. If you've never tried one of these things are amazing. Then on the bottom, we've got room right there for a full laundry basket that's opened up because I can move the shelves. And I'm going to show you all that again. For the folks that are just joining us, if you've never seen origami before, you owe it to yourselves to check this out. So I'm going to take the shelves off of here. And again, they just pop right off. It's very, very simple to take these on and off. They are precision cut to fit on these rungs. And there's 10 rungs that go up and down the side of this. So you can decide where you want to put these on top of this anytime you want. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to grab this guy out of there, okay? So now, when you look at this here, you could see this is what the frame looks like. And again, let's say that we were moving. Let's say that I decided that this was going to be my kids' dorm room furniture, which is not a bad idea. And at the end of the year or the end of the semester, whenever they got to move out of the dorm, you got to clear things out. We just fold this up, and we take it with us. We pick it up. And this weighs about 20 pounds, 22 pounds. Just pick this up and carry it with you wherever you're going, okay? This will fit in the back of the car, the back of the SUV, certainly in the back of the pickup truck. That's not a problem. And then when you get to where you're going or next time you need it, you just open the sides. I'm not going to spin it around this time, but there is that origami patented toggle in the back. I just did that. And then I'm just going to set the shelves up however I want them to do, okay? So, it's really whatever, use you've got. Like this one, maybe this time I'm going to start higher because I am going to put a cooler underneath there. I already know I'm going to put a cooler, so I'm like, all right, well, I got to make space. And then these I'm just going to set up every 2 rungs, which gives me, remember, the rungs are 6 inches apart, so I'm getting like a foot of space between each and every one as I go up here. Look at that. And so all of these are going to be evenly spaced, which my OCD is loving right about now. Look at this. And I'm going to put this guy all the way up on top, just like that, and that's it. I mean, you see how, and I was talking the whole time I was doing that, but you could see how easy this was to do. Let me get out of that camera shot there. So very, very simple for you to be able to set this up. And again, it's powder coated steel, so you could use this indoors, you could use this outdoors, anywhere that you want to. I mean, that's the beauty of the origami adjustable shelves, all right? Really, really simple, very, very convenient. And I'll show you the profile of this again, so everybody could see that. And these are the rungs I was talking about. And by the way, everything on this is powder-coated steel. It's not like some of the pieces are and some are plastic or some are they're not, powder-coated. These are. And if you don't know what powder coating is, because I just realized I don't think I've ever explained that to everybody. When you paint a product, you slap the wet paint on it, right? And it just dries to the metal. So is it adhered to the metal? Yeah, it's adhered to the metal. But it's not bonded to the metal, okay? When you powder coat a piece of metal, what you're doing is you're putting an electrical charge through that metal. So you're actually attaching electrodes to this, and you're putting a charge through it. Now, let's say that I'm putting a negative charge through the metal, then my powder coating material is going to have the opposite. It's going to have a positive charge going through that. And you know how they say opposites attract? It's true. The negative and the positive are going to attract, and they're going to bond to each other. And I'll tell you something, one of the wildest things I ever saw was somebody powder coating something, you know, a piece of metal, and they were spraying it, and they were literally spraying this way. So the powder coating material was coming out this way, and then it was coming back and attracted to the other side. Even though he was spraying it this way, away from the metal, it wrapped around and came back. Now, why is that important? Because what's going to happen when it does that, when it wraps around, when it's attracted to the metal like that, is one, it is going to bond to the metal, okay? So that's a big deal. But the other thing is, it's going to look for voids. It's going to look for nooks. It's going to look for those crannies. It's going to look for all those little spots that paint would typically miss. Now, that's important to know because the metal itself does not become corrosion resistant. It's not. It's because the powder coating material covers it so completely. You know, that's the same reason why nowadays, I don't know if people realize this, but like your car, before they paint it, they actually dip it into a coating that covers the entire car. Like they submerge the whole car and take it through. The reason they do that is rust proofing, okay? And that's the same thing that this does for you. Now, we go back to the beginning that we were talking about this though, the fact that the shelves are adjustable. Like I can literally take these shelves and move them anywhere that I want to on any one of these rungs, depending on what I'm doing. You know, if I need more room because I've got something that's taller, I can make a bigger gap, or if I've got, you know, something small I'm going to put in, I can make the small gap. And I'm doing that. That's my decision. And you know why this is so much better than going to like a big box store and buying stuff? Because, you know, a lot of times we'll just go to like, you know, the store with the bullseye and we'll be like, hey, I love that desk I just saw, or I love that shelf I just saw. And you look at that and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I like the looks of that. I'm going to buy that and take it home. Well, it looks awesome in the store. But then when you get it home, you suddenly realize, that's a big box. And there's a lot of parts in there. And this is going to take me a whole day to put this together. And guess what? When you're done, if you wind up with extra pieces, that's not supposed to happen. Not only that, but I guarantee you it's not going to look exactly the same as it did in the store. And here's the other thing. The whole goal in that situation is to make it look like it did in the store. With this piece of origami, I can make this look like whatever I want. Like if I decided just now, like, oh gosh, I want to have these top shelves really, really close to each other, and I'm going to put a small TV right here. So I need this room. I need that vertical space. I can do that right there with that, okay? And the nice thing about this, because the footprint is right around 30 inches by about a foot, is that this is going to fit in a lot of places. A lot of places in your house. This is going to fit in your walk-in pantry, your walk-in closet, your kitchen, a bathroom, even like a half bath. You're going to have the room for this, the laundry room. I'm telling you right now, until you started using the vertical storage in your house, you are not using all the storage in your house, okay? If you're thinking, my gosh, we got to get a storage unit, we got to get an addition, put some origami racks in there and see how that's going to work out for you, okay? Now, we're going to move on to something that we had earlier in the show. And by the way, these sunglasses have been in fuego tonight, on fire, okay? These are the Polaroid high definition sunglasses. And I want everybody who was looking at these earlier, if you're still interested, we still got them available. We cut the price on these tonight, okay? And actually, yeah, the price on those should have been $19.95 and $34.95, okay, for the 2-pack. So you've got a choice on those of either, if you buy the singles, you're going to get the black or the tortoiseshell, or if you buy the 2-pack, you get to choose either 2 black or a black and tortoiseshell. And they're all coming with hard cases. They're all coming with the cleaning cloths. You're getting all of that. So it's $19.99 or it's that $19.95 or $34.95. There we go. See, my memory is still working. I still got something going on up here. Now, we decided on the fly, it was kind of like a game day call right here, that we're going to come back to this battery charger simply because, my gosh, the number of people that called in for this, but not just that, the number of people that saw this on the air and were like, you know what? I want this. I want to see this. And actually, we had a couple people say, could I show it to again? Because they want to make a decision. So this is our solar battery charger, okay? This is a 26,800 milliamp hour battery charger right here, meaning I can charge my cell phone off of this, a tablet off of this, earbuds, I mean, whatever it is that you got. It has one of the biggest solar panels on here I've ever seen. Like, I've got solar lights that don't have panels that are half this size. This thing is absolutely massive, but it's also because it's got a very, very big battery in the back of this, okay? This has, on the other side of it, a built-in wireless charger right there, what's known as a Qi charger, okay? So you can charge your phone. If your phone does wireless charging, you just set it on the back of this, and I'll show you this in a second, and it works like a champ to recharge your phone. Now, because this is such a big battery, like my phone has a 5,500 milliamp hour battery in my phone. I can charge my phone 5 times off of this completely from 0 to 100%, which is actually kind of amazing. The other thing I want to show you on this is right here, and that is the lights that are built into this. So if I press and hold this button for a couple seconds, boom, you get the incredibly bright, look how bright these are, these incredibly bright lights that are built into this. There's 2 LED lights in this. I'm trying not to point them directly at the camera. If I press the button a second time, it's going to tap out SOS, okay? So if you are in a problem, you can see these from really far away. So people are going to know if you're in trouble. And then again, if you're getting, you know, if you've got a situation where you need a strobe light because you're trying to ward off an animal or something like that, you got that strobe light built in there as well, okay? So all those features on this. Then on the back of this over here, we've got a gasket that's covering 3 charging ports on the back of this. There's 2 USB-A ports and 1 USB-C port in the middle. Okay, Judy says her phone has a big battery too. This would charge your phone, Judy, a lot, often. The 2 on the outside are USB-A 3.0, which means that they are going to charge fast. They're what's known as fast charging 3.0. The middle one is USB-C, which is the absolute latest battery connection. And that's an in and an out, which means that's the one I'm going to use if I decide to charge it not off the solar panel but off of a USB charger. I would plug it in right there, and that'll charge this whole thing, but it's also an out. So if I have something that uses a USB-C cord, you can use that. Speaking of cords, you get a cord with this. You get this little cord. I say little. It's actually about 6 inches. Actually, more than that. It's like an 8-inch cord that this comes with. USB-A on one side, USB-C on the other. So this is perfect for charging as well. There's a battery meter on this. I'm going to show you that real quick. I don't know if you can actually pick it up on camera because it's so bright in here. Yeah, you can. 4 LED lights on there. As you can see, and that's going to show you what your charge level is. Right now I'm at 100% on here, so that's a beautiful thing. Now, since I've got that door open though, let me show you this. Actually, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to open up the door. So I've got 2 things I'm going to plug in here because I can charge up to 3 things at the same time. This ain't 3. I got to believe it's 4. I'm going to try 4 next time. So right now I just plugged in this rechargeable fan that's on the side here, and then I'm plugging in an iPad just like that. So now we've got 2 different things that are charging there. Let me see if I turned my phone off again. I did. I keep turning. I don't want it to ring while I'm here with you guys. Anita, you going to bed, Anita? Anita's leaving us. Anita, have a lovely evening. Thank you for joining us this evening, folks. And if you want to talk to us, you can get on our Facebook chat as well, and we'll be able to speak to everybody out there. So my phone's booting up right now. But I want to show you what the Qi charger is about, because that's a big thing right now. I don't like to have to worry about plugging my phone in and using a cord. So what I can do, though, is I can just take my phone, and just lay it right on top like that. And as soon as I do, I just heard it. Yep, it's charging right now. It's actually better if I have it off. Watch this. I'm going to turn this off. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn my phone off just like that. If I set it down like this, watch this. Look at that right there, guys. Do you see what I'm talking about? So right there, it immediately recognized my phone, and it's charging it. But here's the cool thing. You've got this phone charging right here, but then I've got the iPad charging next to me here, and I've got this rechargeable fan charging as well. So I want you to think about the use case for this. Like, if you're going to a game, like a big game, and you're in a stadium, and you've got nowhere to charge your phone and it's dying, this thing is going to charge your phone 5 times, at least 5 times. My phone 5 times because it got the huge battery. Your phone, who knows how many times? Way more than that, I'm going to guess. Because this is the USB-C that's on here, or the USB 3.0 charger that's built into this, you could take an iPhone and it will charge it from, I wrote this down, 0 to 65%. 0 to 65% in 30 minutes. Think about that. How long does it take you to charge your phone to 100%? A lot of phones, it's hours, okay? You can literally put this in there and it'll go from 0 to 65% in 30 minutes because it is that 3.0 charger. It's the fast charge that's on this. Now, if I take my phone off of here and you look at this, I'm going to unplug everything. I want you to see a couple other features about this too. I showed you the flashlights on this, but I want you to appreciate how rugged this is. This thing is a brick. It is built like a tank, okay? It is waterproof. It is shockproof. It is dustproof. All of those things. You do not have to baby this. You can throw this into your bag. It is all rubberized around the sides. All the corners have bumpers on them. So this thing is going to be protected no matter what you do with it. You've got your flashlights built into this as well, which don't look that bright like there. Oh, there you go. See, now you can see how bright they are. There's a ton of light that comes off of these. We're going to do the blinking. We're going to do this. Look at that. All the strobe features on this. I mean, you've got so many cool features built into this. Big solar panel on the top of this. I mean, this thing is amazing. Yes, Charlene just said it charges extremely fast. It does. That's the thing. See, that's why. Remember so when we first showed this, like, 2 hours ago, I started the show. I think it was close to the top of the show I showed this. All right. One of the things I mentioned, hey, Amy's in the chat. Hi, Amy. Welcome. One of the things I mentioned at the beginning of the show about this charger was that I personally curated this. I went through so many chargers trying to find one that had the features I wanted. But one of the features I wanted is there's so many 10,000 milliamp hour chargers out there. I mean, they're the ubiquitous, I would call them, 10,000 milliamp hour chargers, okay? They are everywhere, all right? But 10,000 milliamp hours, my phone, because the battery's so big, I could charge my phone twice. So if I'm going camping, if I know that I'm going to be, someplace where I'm not going to have power for a while, and I use my phone a lot, and especially if I'm doing something where I'm taking a lot of photos or shooting video or like on vacation, I need to be able to charge my phone on the go. This charger will charge my phone 5 times. So a 10,000 milliamp hour charger, and they honestly would cost close to this for one of those, okay? Even if you got a 2-pack of those, you're looking at 20,000. This is even more than that. For only $59.99, the price on this is just incredible. And when you see the free shipping on this, when you get this home, when I got my sample of this, right, I opened up the box. I didn't know what was in the box because we get a lot of boxes here. And I took that box and I picked it up. I go, what is in this? Because this is heavy, surprisingly, for a small box. And it was this charger. I mean, now it's not so heavy you can't carry it around. It's going to be uncomfortable in the bag or anything like that. It's not like that. But you feel like it's substantial. You understand that this is going to give you a lot of power, especially if you're somebody like me that is what I consider to be a heavy user, a heavy cell phone user. And I'm going to put that on there again and just show everybody at home. You could see that that's charging right there. And it immediately recognized my phone and started charging wirelessly. So I'm not worried about having cords or cables or anything like that. But then if I wanted to, I could just say, hey guys, guess what? I'm going to plug in my iPad, and hey, do you want to plug your fan in? Here you go, plug your fan in. You can see the iPad came on, the battery symbol came on, the fan's charging right now. Everything's charging 3 different things at the same time, 26,800 milliamps. Yes, Lynette in the chat is saying that this is awesome, and it is awesome. I mean, it's a lot of power. But think about this. If you're in a situation, and I hope you never are, where you are out of power for a couple of days. By the way, you do get the power cord with this as well, an extra little USB cable. But let's say that you're in a situation like we've been in here too many times in Florida, where we're without power for 2, 3, 4, 5 days or more, okay? To be able to have something that can charge devices 3 at a time is a big deal. To be able to have something that could charge a cell phone as big as mine, with as big as battery, 5 times easily, is a big deal. To be able to have something, I'm going to flip this over so you can see the other side, with a massive solar cell like this. So I could just set this outside and let it recharge from the sun. I don't have to worry about, I don't have a generator, or, my generator's dead, or I'm out of gas, or, I don't have to run out and buy batteries. It's right here. This solar panel is going to keep this thing nice and full of juice for you anytime that you need to recharge anything you've got. But you know what? I also love products that do more than one thing. And the fact that this has those flashlights built into this is just amazing to me. I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point this at my shirt real quick, Kelly, just because I want everybody to see how bright this is. But look at the light that comes off of this. I mean, that's a bright, like on my face right now, that's a lot of light. And the further you get away from it, the wider the beam of light's going to be, because I got this like kind of right up on top of me. But if I came far away like this, you could see how it's lighting up the whole front of my shirt right now. And I've got, again, 6 big lights here in my studio pointing at me. And this little guy right here is fighting them. It's fighting with all those lights because it's so incredibly bright. And then we've got the strobe, the SOS feature actually. And then we got that strobe feature on there as well. So many great features on these, and the price is the best. I'm going to have to cough real quick. Sorry. Ooh. That was coming on for a couple of minutes right there. So people are starting to leave right now. Good night to Lynette. She's leaving. I saw a couple other people leave a few minutes ago. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And by the way, folks, if you're new to Shop Social TV and you're like, wow, these guys got some cool stuff. They got great prices. I love the fact that it's all free shipping and handling on this. Call us, 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712 to speak to any of our operators, but ask for Mike because he's the best. And then you got shopsstv.com, our website, so you can go make a purchase there or use the QR codes to get in there as well. Kathleen, good night to you. Kathleen is going to bed right now. She said we had an amazing show tonight. You know what? I feel exactly the same way. I got a couple more things coming up for the next show that I think everybody out there is going to be pretty impressed with. I've been spending all my free time searching for products. And try to curate like some really cool stuff for everybody, like this charger that we're selling right now. So make sure that you're back here. By the way, I didn't mention that. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday night from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Every Tuesday and Thursday night from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We try to bring you some new stuff every single time we're out here. We will repeat things once in a while just because people ask for it. And you know what? I'm here to make you happy. You know, if you want to see something again because you're thinking about it, or maybe you missed something about it, or you just like the presentation, that's definitely there. By the way, people have been asking me about the Boche coasters that we've been selling. We haven't sold them in a couple weeks, but we're going to be bringing them back on Thursday because I'm going to have a couple of people guests with me on Thursday night. And you know what the Boche coasters entitle, entrust? You know what they involve. That's the word. We're going to be drinking stuff, so alcohol. So join us for that because that's going to be fun as well. Okay, and well, no, wine is alcohol. Kelly just said in my ear, and wine is alcohol. We're going to be drinking that too. Oh, water. She said water. Can you tell I've been talking for 2 hours? Okay, folks, we're coming down to our last couple of minutes. Goodbye, Judy. Good night to you. Thank you so much. She loves both me and Kelly. That's so nice of you to say. Oh, and Charlene loves her Boche. Charlene, did you get the Boche coasters? I'm talking to her in the chat right now, folks. If you're watching us on TV, you're like, who's this guy talking to? We actually have a live chat going as well on Facebook simultaneously while we're on TV. So if you want to get in on the fun, get on Facebook and search for us, Shop Social TV, and you'll find us right there. Oh, that's right. That's how I remember that. Charlene used it with her tea, and it made the tea less bitter. You're gonna love them. Okay, we're down to our last 30 seconds, folks. We've still got that solar charger. Don't forget all the other stuff we saw tonight. The Maxa lights we had the Hopple carts, we had the origami shelves, those adjustable ones just a few minutes ago. Give us a call on our phone number. And by the way, our website is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you don't need to call anybody to use that. Just go to that and you can buy any product that you happen to see there. And again, my name is Lou. It's been great being with you guys here for the last 2 hours. We will be back on Thursday night.